Hey folks, happy Friday. Today's May 30th, 2014. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I thought I'd talk through my thought process for trading this morning. I do these videos for myself, every time usually I take notes and whatnot, and I started doing videos so I could review them later. I figure since I'm posting these videos on YouTube, I might as well just put this info out there in case it helps anyone. Um, so on to trading for this morning. Yeah, so equities have been just screwing over anyone short this market. Um, had some big investors betting that the economy in the U.S. is recovering, and or not just the U.S. but the global economy. But anyways, going into the trading for this morning. Um, I took three trades, and there are actually two that I didn't take that I was considering, and I figured I'd talk about those as well. Coming to the market open, there was that little suspicious-looking candle to me. It was kind of interesting, and just the market opened with a quick flash downward, and then rejected pretty quickly, and pretty much got to an area that would preferably be my target if I was going to buy down here. It was pretty much already there, and so I decided I needed to see something a little bit more convincing. I wanted to see some sort of resolution to see how this candle played out, and coming in the next candle that formed sort of put me off any possibility of a long there. I was thinking about it. But when you see that kind of flash of buying and then just no follow through, um, usually it's a sign that the market wants to push down further. Which brings me to the trade I passed on, which was a short trade. I was actually contemplating putting a sell stop order right below 55. And the only reason I didn't was because this level here, uh, it was too close to that level. We were just trading right into it. Everything else lined up though, just considering this candle here, and which obviously failed and didn't look like it was gonna work out to the long side. Um, this is my market map for the morning, and I do these maps the night before to identify the levels that I'm interested in doing business at. And generally, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to buy at levels that are below market and sell at levels that are above market. It's pretty straightforward. So, and coming into the morning, I'm just watching how price trades into these levels to see if there's actually something that I want to trade. Um, and and also there's two levels that I just mark off just before the market opens, which is sort of that pre-market range kind of area, um, which was this level here and this level there. And the night before, I was very interested in this level here. So interested, in fact, that I actually was contemplating putting a blind buy limit order at this level. But it's the thing about the mini Dow is uh, just has a tendency to punch through these levels, and they do work usually, but not without a good amount of drawdown. So I just do what I always do, is I just wait to the next morning, and if price happens to be trading near that area in the morning, I'm going to look to see what price does and make a decision then. So this was the level that I would have been shorting into, and so it was just sort of a no-go for me because my thesis with this is that we had price rocketing out of this area here, and it's essentially getting through the Asian session. It's essentially getting front run at the 50s twice, twice found buyers there, and so I don't want to take a gamble that that there were really that this level is going to act as support right into an area where I was looking to go short, and so I need to see how that would play out. But going on here as the market progressed, you can see it it wouldn't have been a bad trade, just not one that I could take given what I just said. So now this was the level that I was really looking to buy. That was the area I was looking for potentially putting a blind limit order. But I'm watching how price trades into it, and you can see there's a tiny bit of reaction, but the bears are definitely winning there, and you can see the bears are just driving price down into this level. So and it drives it down well past it, and so there was only that little tiny bit of reaction. And so I'm thinking, well, all right, it's pushed down through that level, right down to the next level that I'm looking at, which let me pull up my market map again. There was this area here, which was sort of for me, it's a price pivot zone. It's just an area where price is sort of finding support resistance on either side, and sort of flips through that area. And you can see that that's where the market gravitated towards. So I am still thinking, I still love this level, and it doesn't really matter that we're below it. That's one of the things. It's actually interesting because when the market trades so cleanly through it, usually you get a lot of people that suddenly change their minds and want to look to sell now that the market has just busted right through it. And that's actually sort of an incentive for me to it's more of an incentive to try to get a long on, because now we're in a position where the market is actually likely to sucker people in to going short. Now, interesting thing about this trade, I clicked the buy button, and just as I did that, the market just pushed down further, which actually, it's it's sort of like, I just chalk it up as sort of like a stroke of luck, because, I would have gotten filled up there, and likely would have taken a small loss on this one because it didn't get the target. It pushed down further, depending on how I would have managed this, which, but so my entry's there, and it worked out pretty well because, I was able to cut some risk on this trade. I got a better fill than what I was going to get. And you see the market definitely getting some reaction off that level. And you can see that it does find sellers right at the area where it just busted right through. Now, I move my stop up because, if this is going to just continue down further, then I'll just take a loss, or take a, this is break even, but I'll just fish for another long trade, which is exactly what I did. So I let this one try to get to target, but it just took me out. And now from a management perspective, it's opportunistic, and I'm looking for these pushes that are going to just ride right to target if possible. And it's not the kind of thing where I want to be sitting in a trade while the market's going sideways. So, if I just left, if I had left it alone, it actually, yeah, it would have gotten a target. So, but I was, I was looking for another entry here. Still, the overall thesis, I still love this level for a long. And we're, I'm just take this level and this level, and this is a zone. This is a zone of demand. And what I have here is this strong push to the downside. This market finds support, and so this is that sort of that ABC pattern. This is the A point, the B point, and then I'm looking for that C. And you can see some rejection coming in there, and I just that's what gets me into my next trade here. So figured, yeah. So I have another shot at this, and get enter on the trade. And I'm also thinking about actually extending my target back up to here. But again, I'm looking at this level and going off my market map. We've now busted cleanly down through an area where there's pretty obvious resistance now that it's on the other side. Oops. So you got those two touches there. So, given the probabilities, the market did get back up to that level with a very quick flash. It happened so fast. I was just waiting to see if I could get my stop underneath that candle. If I could just get a little push up and basically just rocket to the upside. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance. So yeah, I did get to that area, which was nice to see. But of course, I never know exactly what price is going to do at these levels until it gets there. So you can see that this level is holding as resistance now that we've prices just busted down so far below it, and sellers are stepping in. But given the overall context, still fishing for a long here. And this is partly influenced by, again, this area. This area just was a really good area to buy. And I'm just looking at what happened here. Okay, so we have this strong rejection. We had a pretty strong thrust in, up from that area. So likely some sell stops being cleaned out of there. And I almost took a long here as well. I'm just noticing that the market is going bid. You can see sort of this trend forming, and especially after a move like that, I would just expect the market to just continue down to the downside. And I had to pass on this one because this was 944. We were looking at news at 9:45, and definitely didn't want to be taking a trade right on the minute before the news. So, which I'm not sure if even if I had taken it, it didn't really go that far. So it's just one of those things. Just had to pass on that trade, and that was that. So, all right. So I'm now formulating a context here where you can see that this market is clearly going bid. All right, and the price is not being accepted in this area, and it's being bid up. Now, after this kind of rejection or this kind of rejection, and regardless of how great of a level this is now, and price had found resistance there, and then price had found resistance here, this market should be going down, and it's not. It's being bid. So I'm actually thinking, well, I'm going to be fishing for a long if price can actually get back down here, with the thought that, I'm convinced for a move to the upside, but I can't be entering in this area here, of this area of chop, because stops are going to be down here. I don't know what's going to be building up. I need some sort of resolution to get in the trade, and decide that if it doesn't get down there, then that's it. There's nothing to do about that. But so I'm starting to see some resolution here. Now we're starting to get some poke below sort of this trend there, and see the market puts in a squeeze for those people that had been bidding up here. But again, the context that I'm looking at, I already have my case for this entire context, which is that shorts have probably gotten themselves trapped down here off of a great level to buy. I mean, this level again, I'm still looking to buy off of there. It doesn't matter that the market's just a handful of points below it, and I get in. Let me see what that looked like. Yeah, when I saw that was my trigger. All right, I'm always a little suspicious when the market gives me exactly what I'm looking for, because it's just something it's usually irrational. It's more well, I mean, I think trading is all psychological, but it's I was looking for this. I was seeing the market being bid, thinking, okay, well, I want to get long this market, but I'm going to wait for some sort of resolution first. There might be a squeeze. If there's a squeeze, then that's actually better for me, because then I can actually get in where longs that were in before me are probably now looking to scratch and or get stopped out. So that was my trigger, and yeah, like I said, I am a little suspicious when the market gives me exactly what I'm looking for, and this was exactly what I was looking for. But uh, so, anyways, just cut my wrist just a little bit, because I feel like I didn't really need to. It was 1 point, but it doesn't need to be where it was. I can just cut it like a little bit of risk there. All right, and the market does continue to squeeze a little bit. And I'm prepared. I'm prepared to take a loss if that's the way it's going to be. But I have my case. This is a trade that's part of my plan. It's a trade setup, and I was patiently waiting for it, and it's 9:51 at this point. I had to wait a long time for this to play out to get this trade, but and so when it gets 1 point to my target, and it just knows that my target is on the 50 level, which concern me just a bit, because ideally my target would be on the odd numbers, like 49, or somewhere that's not a round number. So usually a competition at the round numbers for all the orders sort of stack up with the 50s, 45, 40, 35, etc. And so, anyways, it got 1 point to my target and just didn't get there. And so I'm thinking, all right, well, either I'm not gonna let it come all the way back. So I'm just gonna move my stop up, lock in 5. But yeah, got to my target. So that was that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that sort of weighed into my decision making, but you know, um, I mean, we're going into the not the well, yeah, summer, the vacation months, and the market's the market's been on a rampage to the upside, but it's not. It is slowing down. It's actually, I mean, it's been reflected in my trading for the past week, which I had like, gosh, 6 or 7 trades that went straight to my target and just didn't get a fill. Just and it's the market's slowing down, which is normal. But anyways, so that was that. Anyways, safe trading, guys, and see you in the next month.